Ladies and gentlemen, this is Stu Sutcliffe, converting oxygen into carbon dioxide on a daily basis. I want to talk to you a little bit about Delphi. I've been sitting on a fence for a few days, just listening, taking in stuff, trying to make sense of all the nonsense. I first picked up on this case back in 2017 and about November of that year when I made my first video, and I listened to all the news and everything. I'm like, wow, this is a crazy case. It should have been solved by now. I think I'll make a Delphi video, and so I did. And hence I coined the phrase the Delphi vortex, because once you get sucked in it, you can't leave it. Kind of like Hotel California. And I just want y'all to know at the point we've reached now, and I'm making this video on the day after Thanksgiving of 2022. And hope you all had a lot of turkey. Wasn't a very good day if you were a turkey, but that's just how it goes. But what I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is strap yourselves in, strap your seatbelts tight, because this is all just at the beginning. And we already have sealed documents and requests that are going unanswered and probable cause affidavits that closed up, locked away. Who knows where they are? Will they become unsealed? Hope so. But I just share my observations. I'm not an investigator. Most of these YouTubers are not investigators, but they still should be thanked. Law enforcement and Mr. Prosecutor, get out there and thank the news media for all the help, you know. And YouTubers and everyone else doesn't even get a thank you. Wonder why? All the thousands of hours they've put in. Even Gray Hughes, you know, they could thank him. He's actually had people on the broadcast that are involved. Now that's investigative reporting. Not when you just go to CNN or the Indy Star and read the news and come back on your channel. Well, today we had so-and-so. Yeah. Investigative reporting is like what Minivan Traveler does with Lieutenant Spivey. And we always listen to that. And there's some really good ones out there, but this music I'm playing will get around the YouTube algorithm. You know, the algorithm was invented by Al Gore. He was a former vice president, I believe, at one time. True story. So, my friends, what you are in for is the ride of your lives and the Delphi murder trials. It looks like they got another second or third or fourth suspects that are still out there. They use that as an excuse to keep everything sealed. But there comes a point legally when they're going to have to release it. They can't sit on it forever. But they might try. And this isn't going to take months. This is going to take years. And yeah. So it will take years before it's completed. There could be a mistrial. There could be a hung jury. Where are you going to get the jurists from? There's just so many unanswered questions, and legal people that want to learn law should pay close attention. And this will be as big as the OJ case. I wonder if they'll even let a artist in the courtroom to draw up still pictures of, you know. Does anybody know what song this is? Sounds like one of those Italian, not harmonicas, but what do they call those things with the bellows that you breathe in and out? God, I can't think of anything today. So tired and burned out. So hiding in plain sight. Guess that was all true what they said about that. But ladies and gentlemen, we don't really know yet who that guy is on the bridge, that person on the Monon High Bridge that Libby recorded on her phone. That hasn't been decided yet. That's why this whole thing's got to go to court. They're trying a case. Now the defense is saying it's a flimsy case. Well, you'd expect that out of the defense, but make no bones about it. You have to have a good defense if you're being accused of a crime, because he might. I'm not going to say he's innocent. I don't know what he is. I use the word alleged. Alleged bridge guy. And so he's got all this legal representation. He's got 2 attorneys, and most people are lucky if they get one. It's going to cost the taxpayers millions upon millions of dollars. It's going to keep Delphi in the spotlight so much they'll probably move. Half the residents will probably move away with all these news trucks around there. I feel sorry for them, I do. And as far as there being another accomplice, Keegan Klein's group or whatever, that's going to play out too. Somebody's going to rat someone out. Oh, and before I forget, let me address one thing here. People keep asking me about Anthony Greeno, like he's my bud or something like that. I really don't know anything about Anthony, but if you get out on Google and Google his name, or just put Greeno, it'll pull up some latest stuff with the updates on when he supposedly is getting out. And I'm not going to cover him. My brother Stubert might, I don't know, but I'm not. This sounds like Hindu music.
You waited all year for Black Friday. Unbelievable.
Black Friday's here. It comes once a year. Now it's here. Now it's here. I just sure love Black Friday. Yes, indeed. So now, getting back to the Delphi case, this is a very unique case, as you all may know, with a lot of bad actors and a few actor wannabes. And we will just have to see how this turns out. Okay, you legal eagles out there, what's the first motion you would make if you were an attorney? Before you even say anything else or do anything else, what are you going to say? Well, you want the case thrown out, right? You ask the judge to file a motion to dismiss the whole case. Just like that, out the door. Oh, sorry, we didn't mean to drag you into court like this and lose one judge to a lady judge. Well, bygones be bygones. All right, well, that won't work. It never works. Unless they can prove some technicality, like, what if the search warrants were like misdated? Charles Manson got out of going to jail one time because the warrant had the wrong date on it. I had to let him go. So that's a typo. Change the venue, that's another objection they can have. Change the venue. Move the trial somewhere else where no one knows about the case. Good luck on that. So the prosecution claims that they have a good, hard case, that they have a winnable case, and the defense is calling the evidence flimsy. So that's what the trial's for. They're going to get to the bottom of that and see which is which. And we're really getting ahead of ourselves here, even thinking there's going to be a trial. There might not be any trial at all. It's very true. There might not be a trial because the parties involved might all take a plea to save the taxpayers' money and get life instead of the death penalty. Indiana have the death penalty? I think they do, but they don't use it. But they might start. I don't even know if the prosecuting attorney, if they're going to keep him or have someone else prosecute the case, because this is a double child death penalty case. And you really want experts. You don't want someone new in the business. You want experts that have handled death penalty cases before. And this was an issue in the Casey Anthony trials, which I only happen to live about 25 miles from their house over there on Hope Spring Drive. This trial, and even pre-trial, is going to be so complex. And one of the law enforcement in the interviews said that it was going to be complex. And it's going to be more complex than you can imagine. And it's going to stretch out. There's going to be continuances. There's just going to be, like I said, words that you've never heard before in a courtroom, emotions that you won't even understand what the hell they mean. You know, we're citing this case from 1875, the people versus brown versus green versus red versus yellow and all in between. So what kind of evidence do they have? Do they have some real hard evidence? What have they got? We're supposed to find out what some of it is eventually. But in continuing with the good old Delphi law enforcement tradition and the Indiana State Police, we're right where we were 6 months ago. We got a suspect. We're not even sure if he is the actual bridge guy or how he's involved. But it was enough to make a judge sign off on it, right? So they got something good. Flimsy evidence? Very possible. We don't know what the evidence is. Could be a cigarette butt. Could be an item of clothing that was in his home, in Richard's home. Could be anything. Could be a dead cat in the backyard that they dug up so they could get some fur and compare it to animal furs found at the scene. Poor little puss. And of course the lingering question was, did Bridge Guy have a puppy on him when he was photographed on the bridge? He was holding what looked like a puppy. And you know what? They were so adamant about there being one killer for years and years and years. Even Greeno swore about it. No, there's just one killer, on Bridge Guy. And now everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people are saying, no, there was more than one killer. And I don't like to pat myself on the back, ladies and gentlemen, but I argued with so many people that there was more than one killer, and I got struck down. But, you know, people believe what they're going to believe. And that's just a theory, but something really weird is going on and it's unresolved. And a lot of people have had to be a part of the witness protection program. And Richard's wife, Kathy, can't even stay at the house. They abandoned their home. I don't know where she went. She's probably under the witness protection program. I think that would be kind of cool. That's something I'd want to look into, you know. You probably get to walk around in bulletproof vests and get all your meals delivered to you and taste tested to make sure they're not poison. Yeah, I think I could enjoy doing that for a few days, man, be on the witness protection program. But as a witness, what would I have witnessed? That is the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just a YouTuber. I'm not an investigative reporter. I could probably be one if I took some phone calls, which I'm planning on doing in the future. I just give some observations, and any similarity to anybody living or dead is just a similarity. But like many of you, I am intrigued by the Delphi case, and I've been following it way too long and realize that we have shifted gears here and everyone is changing from emotions to legalities. It's just, this is going to be so different. You know, there was a time period when we didn't know who Bridge Guy was. We think we know who he is now. That will come out and proven in court. So we've switched from the emotional deal to the legal thing, and the families have a very tired look on their faces, as is to be expected. I'm afraid this is going to get worse than just Bridge Guy not being known, being an unknown. what lies ahead is going to be worse, because there's going to be a lot of crap throwing in the fan and see where it lands. And some good people are going to be dragged through the mud. Some innocent people are going to be dragged through the mud. And it's going to be a mess. It's such a strong chance for a mistrial or a hung jury or a juror misconduct towards the end of the trial. But trust me when I say this is going to stretch out for more than a few months. I don't know how long, years, like Casey Anthony, like O.J. Simpson. It's going to be wild. Everybody ready for it? It'll seem like when it's almost over, it'll be like seem like it's just begun. The YouTube algorithm. What does it mean? Sounds like Big Brother. It sounds like mind control. The YouTube algorithm. Do we need an algorithm on YouTube? How about a mod? Does Stu need a mod? Hell no. I could go for a nice cold one though. Silly me, forgot to bring one with me. I can rectify that problem. Alright, I'm all set now. I'll show you why. This little bottle holds a big punch. 99 butterscotch. 99 proof, ladies and gentlemen. What am I going to chase it down with? A little bit of Pepsi I have left. Now it's 99 proof. Now if we turn the bottle upside down, it's still 99 proof. No, it's 69 proof. So, but I want the strong end of it, so I'm going to have it up like this. "99 proof, ladies and gentlemen, that's some strong shit. Stu might get himself in trouble. He better drink it in reserve." Ngong, 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 ngong. But that's just the proof, ladies and gentlemen, that this case has driven me to drink. I hope they got the right guy, and I hope they will get the right people involved. And this defense team might rip them up if they see the trial through and it looks like they're serious and looks like they're professional. That's right, the defense attorneys are going to rip a new asshole in the prosecution. Mark my word. In the last presser, Tobes said that today was the day. Actually, justice for Libby and Abby won't come until the law runs out. And what I'm trying to say is it won't be good until we get a conviction. So we haven't gotten justice for Libby and Abby yet. We're a long way from it, but we're at step one. So justice for Libby and Abby, let's hope so. Let's hope it doesn't turn into a circus and just disappoint everybody. And let's hope there's some transparency with the public. We don't want to screw the case up, you know. We can wait. We can wait a little longer and let the wheels of justice turn. But there's some issues, constitutional issues, that'll have to be resolved. Man, this is a wild case. It's like a freaking bad dream. It's incredible. It won't let up. It's going to be something new every day. All the journalists are going to be like journalist hounds, like paparazzi, and stuff's going to go down that we can't even think of right now. Oh well, I put 20 minutes and 30 seconds into this video. Didn't really say a whole lot, but I'll do a live here down the road, and when I'm on one of my talkative days, and have a little script of what I'm going to say. So, au revoir, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to sink back and be like, listen to Jimmy Buffett songs and drink my 99 proof butterscotch and chase it down with Pepsi. I don't have much Pepsi. You know what that means. I'm going to get beeped up. I'm not going to drive, so don't anybody worry. My house is pretty much padded, so if I bump into walls, I'll be just fine. And yes, the case has driven me to drink, and I feel very, very sorry for the families and sorry that this ever happened to Libby and Abby. And the people involved will be brought to justice. It's going to bust open. They're going to get everybody involved in it. Could be somebody else that's important and well known in the town. Could even be a beep. It could be somebody behind the beep. It could even be a local taxi driver. But most people walk where they need to go in that part of town anyway. Well, thank you for giving me 22 minutes of rotting your brains out and taking away time from your very important day, and I didn't really say a whole lot, so I will come back when I have more to say. Everybody be safe, love each other, and love America. If you don't like America, you can go over to the Middle East and live there. You could go up to North Korea and see if Kim Jong-un will take you in. And there are even some places where you can go that will do medical experiments on you. You know, there's some governments that kill more people in foreign countries than our guns do here. Our crazy people with guns that you hear about every day. There are governments that exist that kill more people than that. Proven fact, but it ain't up to me to prove it or cite the source. Good evening.